Hey there, history buffs. Welcome back to my Teddy Talks, where we dive into the fascinating events that happened on this day in history. I'm your host, Teddy, and today we've got a lineup of iconic moments, legendary figures, and world-changing events. So grab your favorite snack, get comfy, and let's jump right in. First up, in 2012, we said goodbye to Helen Gurley Brown, a true pioneer in the world of publishing. She was the driving force behind magazines that empowered young women to embrace independence, adventure, and ambition. Her influence on modern media is still felt today. At 90 years old, she left behind a legacy of boldness and brilliance. Speaking of influential women, also on this day in 2004, the world lost the incredible Julia Child. Known for her hearty voice and infectious humor, Julia brought French cooking into American kitchens through her books and television shows. Her larger-than-life personality and passion for good food made her a beloved figure, and she's still inspiring home cooks today.
The dough, and for making the dough you have to have yeast, and I'm going to use dry, active yeast, and those are the...
That same year, the world turned its eyes to Athens, Greece, as the games of the 28th Olympiad kicked off. Athens, the birthplace of the modern Olympic Games back in 1896, once again played host. The city came alive with the spirit of competition, tradition, and unity, reminding us all of the enduring power of the Olympic movement. Moving on to 1995, we remember the legendary Mickey Mantle, who passed away at the age of 63. Mantle was one of the greatest baseball players in history, a true New York Yankee icon. Known for his incredible talent and unforgettable moments on the field, Mantle's legacy in America's favorite pastime is as strong as ever. Now let's rewind to 1967 when the film Bonnie and Clyde premiered in New York City. Starring Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway, this movie broke new ground in the depiction of violence and sexuality, setting the stage for a new era of filmmaking. Its influence can still be seen in the way movies are made today, definitely a game changer in Hollywood. On this day in 1926, Fidel Castro was born in Cuba. Castro would go on to lead the Cuban Revolution and establish the first communist state in the Western Hemisphere. His role in world history is complex and controversial, but there's no denying that Castro was one of the most influential figures of the 20th century. Here's one for the sports fans. In 1919, the legendary racehorse Man of War suffered the only defeat of his career. Despite his rare loss, Man of War went on to become one of the greatest racehorses of all time, dominating the track and earning a place in the annals of horse racing history. In 1898, during the Spanish-American War, the U.S. Army took control of Manila, making a pivotal moment in the conflict. The capture of this key port signaled the decline of Spanish colonial power in the region and set the stage for the United States' growing influence in the Pacific. Born on this day in 1860, Annie Oakley was an American sharpshooter who wowed audiences around the world with her incredible marksmanship. Often called Little Sure Shot, she was a star of Buffalo Bill's Wild West show and became a symbol of the Wild West spirit. Her skill and showmanship made her a legend in her own time. And finally, let's travel way back to 1521 when Spanish conquistador Hernán Cortés captured Tenochtitlan after a grueling 93-day siege. This event marked the end of the Aztec Empire and the beginning of Spanish rule in Mexico, a moment that would forever change the course of history in the Americas. What a day in history, right? From groundbreaking movies to legendary athletes and even a few world-changing revolutions, August 13th has seen it all. Thanks for joining me today on my Teddy Talks. If you enjoyed this trip through time, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. And remember, history is always worth exploring, one day at a time.